China's accused Australia of planting a time bomb with this AUKUS announcement. Was Beijing on the list of 60 plus countries that you made?
We've offered a briefing to China.
On the Collins class, will all 6 of those submarines go through the life of type extension? Can you provide that guarantee?
A life of type extension is provided for in respect of all 6, and obviously the full cycle docking program continues. I think what we are doing now with the early acquisition of the Virginias, and in the event that we are able to stand up the capability to build our own submarines in the early 2040s as planned, I think the honest answer to that question is that will give future governments options in terms of the precise mix of the submarine fleet.
Phil. Just back up on the waste issue. It's been squabbling for 30 years over where to bury low-level waste, and it's still yet to be resolved. You've got less time than that to establish a high-level facility plus reprocessing. You said defence land. Would it not be easy just to make a decision to plant the thing at Woomera, which is defence land and already has waste up there? And if I could, a second, your conversation with the French Defence Minister. In November last year, Emmanuel Macron at APEC in Thailand was criticised the AUKUS deal, saying it will risk a nuclear conflict with China and cost Australian sovereignty over its submarine fleet. Are the French no longer of that view?
Let me answer the second first. I'm not about to speak for France.
The Defence Minister you spoke to, was he confident?
Look, again, I'm not going to speak for France, and they're very obviously capable of speaking for themselves. I was very grateful for the conversation. What I would say is that we feel our relationship with France is in a good place. We've put in an enormous amount of effort, as have they, to rebuild the relationship from where it was 18 months ago. France matters because they are effectively our closest neighbour. I mean, the closest overseas population to where we're all sitting in this room today is in France. It's Noumea. And France see us as a critical partner as well. We both want the relationship to be going in the right direction, and I genuinely believe it is, but ultimately the French will react as they do to this, and I'll let them speak for themselves. In respect of the first question, so firstly, we are talking about more than 30 years from now is when the first of the reactors would need to be disposed of, so that is the time frame. We will, in the course of the next year, announce a process by which that site will be identified. We're not about to identify it right now, and there is plenty of time in which to identify it. The point we are making, though, and this is different from what's happened with the low-level nuclear waste site, is we are committing to the fact that it will happen on defence land, be it current defence land or future defence land.